Wrapping up day number 5 on the 78 Yamaha DT100. Learned a lot more today, and I pretty much got a clear picture as to how to rewire this. Considering that, I came into kind of a mess. This yellow wire, just like that, I pulled the little rubber boot or little sleeve off and discovered, that he had spliced something in from there. Went ahead, like I said, I got this new ignition coil. So I know that there's no way of getting spark at all without a battery. So, bam. Look at this battery fitment. It's placed perfectly. I'd like to get like a bracket to underneath of it to hold it. But Gorilla Tape around that frame, and then electrical tape a few more times. And that sucker ain't moving. You move that, you move the whole bike. So it's mounted. Grounded it. So I've got the battery grounded and ready to go. I don't want to go any further than this today, because like I mentioned, I leave for 8, 9 hours, 10 hours sometimes at night. So I don't want this wired up at all and causing any kind of a spark or fire or anything going on here in the garage. I'm very confident by this weekend I could have an ignition key up here somewhere. Hopefully I can order a speedometer pretty quick and have that come in. And so I'll have a kill switch hooked up, either using that one that's with that system or the one I've got. And an LED headlight, LED taillight. So it's going to be like a vintage or older bike, but with new turn signals, new headlights and stuff. I'm not going to go with vintage or get the huge lights that stick off the side. I just don't want to go with that look. I'd rather it be like, oh man, that's an old bike. That's a old 2-stroke when you hear it, and then you see like LED headlights and stuff. That'd be cool. Because obviously I'm running a 12-volt battery there, so the old 6-volt system and wiring diagram is set up specifically for that system, 6-volt. It's even got silicone rectifier, and as you can see, like, it goes 6-volt, 3-volt. Some of those lights are so dim, so I don't want to spend all the money and have a dim headlight. The cover will go right back on and cover that battery up. And it sits perfectly right under the seat there, as you can see. And just had that battery in the garage from an e-bike project. Or go-kart or mini bike, I can't remember. Might have been on that at one point. And then I know it was on my e-bike. Man, that thing looks cool. Look at that thing. It can be yours for only $2,000. Actually, dude, that's actually not too bad of a price. The more I look into these, in the shape I got it, matching frame, matching, VIN number, matching the motor. I don't know how many miles they're on because they don't have the odometer on the speedo. But this thing is in such good shape. There's no way that it could have a huge amount of miles. So, the more I was looking at some of those stock bikes, like this is all stock until here. And then obviously then that is definitely aftermarket. So, it's set up, somebody made it into a dirt bike. New front fender. Took the headlights, turn signals and stuff off. So I'm going to restore it and get it back out on the road. So this will be the beginning of another part. So this is part 2. And hopefully I'll have this thing fired up here by tomorrow. I'm going to try hooking it up sometime either after work tonight or tomorrow when I get some more time. And stay tuned. Have a great day. Guys, we have spark. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Like it's if I had a full day, I would have had all of this done. So I understand I had to make a part one. It's a half hour plus. It took me a while to wash it, clean it, get to stuff, learn a few things, and I wasn't in a huge rush. I got the gas tank ready, new fuel line and fuel filter. Got the carb cleaned up a little bit externally and shot some cleaner in it, carb cleaner. But right away I knew I had good compression, so I wasn't, worried about that at all. I honestly think it's going to start off starting fluid if I were to try even right now. I'd hate to, what is it? It's 3:26 in the morning. I'd hate to try to start it right now. It's not super loud, but I like my neighbors on one side of me. The other's like, if I was out in the country and it was these horrible neighbors to the left of me, oh man, I would fire this thing up and put it right beside their window and rev it up as hard as I could without harming it. So fresh oil change though, so I can just rip this thing right away. Right away I'm going to be able, the chain's still on, everything was still set up perfectly fine. This seems to be almost wow, is that tape? Wow. Hopefully that's sealed up tight enough. It looks like a little bit of an aftermarket exhaust. Right here on and down is stock. And I was just testing out this rusted spot. Pretty rusted through there. And make sure nothing rusts throughout. Some of these scared the crap out of me. Right in there. They made almost nest looking things. And it looked like it was through the side of the cylinder, into the motor. And, wow, that wasn't fun. Oh, hey, let me show you guys this spark. Why am I sitting here chatting away? So, there's a battery hooked up, grounded to the bike. I did a bunch of things at once. I put a new coil at the end of the spark plug boot. Or coil boot, whatever, and that's a new coil in there. So it's hard to tell exactly what did it and got a spark, and also I just threw on a nicer, better spark plug right there. So let's see here, get focus. Oh. See it there, yeah. Got it at least once, I saw. Oh. Let's see. Let me try to get it one more time. Turn that back off. That didn't help whatsoever. That's some good spark too. So, yeah, nothing is necessarily hooked up. I just had read that these need a battery hooked up in order to get spark, and I don't think that's true. So, let me unground it, and then my theory is you know, there it is. So just because it's there, I mean, there's nothing to the positive. It's just grounded. But I mean, there needs to be a battery grounded? Well, let's find out. Well, let's find out, shall we? Sorry, working with the best camera angle as I can here. I don't really want to dig in the camera. Oh, shit. Shoot. It's still got good blue spark, so that you don't need a battery. I just didn't have anything. I didn't have everything set up right. So here we go, 1978 Yamaha DT100. At least for all my knowledge here, no battery needed for spark. Not needed. Still getting spark. Now, in order for it to run, I have no idea. Stay tuned. Again, I'd rather get this up and running during the day, but man, super excited. Like, I did this. I mean, whether it was the ignition coil, replacing that, whether it was the spark plug boot, their spark plug. I'm gonna take a lot of credit for that. I did that. So I still got a yellow wire hanging out, heading to nothing, and then some wires snipped, but nicely sealed off. So not too worried about those quite yet. What's your guys' thoughts as far as lighting and completely putting this to stock? I definitely want a stock seat because I think that looks a lot cooler with Yamaha on the side of it, not KTM. Getting rid of that KTM thing, but probably getting new bars. I mean, if those are the stock bars, I'll keep them. So obviously, I want to get a tack and a speedo. Or, well, I guess it's not a tachometer. It's pretty much just a speedo and then a key ignition. So either going to go back and get like that. You know, it has the ignition on the left side, it looked like, and then a little speedometer with odometer. Looked like that was it. So I don't know if I want to go digital. I've got this 12-volt battery. It's about a $100 battery at Walmart. Nice motorcycle battery. It can run some headlights and taillights for quite a long time. I've learned that on experience with my mini bikes here. Every bike I've had, even this trailer, has a LED brake light strip, and everything I pretty much do, even my dog side carrier, side trailer, sidecar, so pet trailer turned to sidecar. Put a caster wheel in the front and attach it to the front wheel instead of the back so he can sit right beside me. Even that thing has a battery on it, so what's your guys' thoughts? Go back to like, what's a 6-volt system? Or I'd like to see one of these things all done up in some new lighting. Like I can even put nice LED strips under here so it lights up the ground underneath, like little underbody lights, rear light, tail light, the more lights, the better, I feel like, on a bike, especially when I'm going to be taking this out on the road. I don't mind being that guy with all the lights on. Better than being that guy with music blaring. And everyone's got to listen to what you're listening to when we're stopped. Just joking. Sorry if you're that guy. Please subscribe. Day 6, I believe. And unfortunately, so after the excitement of getting spark last night, good blue, strong spark now. So mission 1 accomplished, getting spark. Then I thought, mission 2, fuel delivery. I thought that was covered already. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear so. So I figured I'd try to kick it over and get this thing to start up today. And I should have known, like when I was cleaning out the fuel tank's in great shape. I could have cleaned it out a little bit more, but I put a fuel filter on. It wasn't flowing great, so I probably need a new petcock. I've cleaned out that petcock and it seemed fine, so maybe it's just not working properly anymore, or the seals are so like swollen or whatever from the gas for years. So I probably need new gaskets or whatever there. But then unfortunately, as soon as I did get any fuel, as soon as fuel dropped into the bowl, it was coming out everywhere. It was like dripping from here, dripping from there. So maybe just the float is stuck. But I'm hoping it's got its gasket and all that fun stuff. But I mean, if this is the original carburetor, which it appears to be, it needs replaced anyway. But I'm gonna give it a good cleaning, and they built things better back then, so I'm gonna give it a deep cleaning and hope for the best and get that thing started, because I don't really have the money right now to get any new parts until I get rid of something I'm working on. Got a mini bike up for sale, a few other things. Probably put one of my e-bikes up for sale here, because I just don't ride too much. There's the one I ride the most, like moped style, Juiced Scorpion. I love this bike, but I don't use it that much. I put this pet carrier turned into a sidecar on there for my dog. He's got his own headlight and tail light. He's showing off your ride. He loves it. Don't ya? You want to go for a ride? Yeah? Alright, I'm going to get off here and get this cleaned up. So I'm going to take the carb off, get it cleaned. Brian and I are going to go for a ride. We'll check in later, probably be tomorrow or the weekend, and hopefully get this thing going, and the mini bike over there. I got a different fuel tank to use off of a XR80. That mini bike over there. Well, not a mini bike, it is a dirt bike. I'll put its fuel tank on that mini bike, since I have to kind of gravity feed it into that Mikuni carburetor now. So I'll show you guys that a little bit more if you're interested. There'll be some more videos on the mini bikes, scooter, and always check out my e-bike videos, more on those, and getting into taking apart, replacing BMS on batteries, learning how to solder and all that fun stuff too, because I never really have. Never welded, soldered, anything like that, but willing to learn. Alright, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not. Alright, attempt number 1. Getting this just to start. Oh! Well, at least I heard it that once. Hopefully that means everything's in time and everything. Yes! Woo! Let's clean that carburetor out.